Okay, hi, it is December 20th, 2023. I'm mad congested and I'm gonna try to film this video. I tried to make it last night, but I was literally coughing every 2 minutes and like nonstop. You might see me gasping for air, but you know what? I'm gonna try to film this video because I still want to talk about my time in Rome with Matteo. And like, I only talked about the first half of the trip. I didn't even talk about the last few days, which like, it was kind of up and down. I started feeling sick like when I got to Florence. So like my last video, like that day, I was super sick. And then it like kind of was fine. And then the minute I came home, it was just like all out chaos. And I'm like 95% better, but then I'll just start coughing randomly, or like I get like random ear pressure and like can't hear. And it's weird because I'm like never sick. I can't even remember the last time I was sick. But anyway, so in my last video I talked about Rome and how I was staying at Mattea's house, and that was like the first 5 days of the trip. And then the last, I guess, 4.5 days, I came back from Florence, which was rainy and cold. I went to a bunch of museums, and that's how I spent my time in Florence. But then in Rome, it was like much better weather, but I was so sick that like I would only like go out to do touristy things for like 3-4 hours, and then I like come back. So I mean, I saw everything I wanted to see, but like just I was just like fatigued the whole time, which was fine. But yeah, I would say like we did get into a bit of conflict, and that was like our first conflict, which I think it was fine. It was just like, I think we have some communication differences, which is like normal. And like, my approach is very like, I would say accusatory, which is like terrible. I don't want to be that way, but like it just, the thoughts come out that way. And then obviously if you accuse somebody of something, they're gonna like be upset. So that was not good, and it was a bit awkward. And yeah, we tried to talk about it, and I don't know, I think it was just like, it was like over something small, but like I have no idea. I was just like not in the right mindset during that trip. And like, this is the first time that I've like dated a guy in like 3 years. So yeah, I just don't feel like I know what I'm doing anymore. And so I told him that too, and he's aware, and he hasn't dated anyone for a long time either. So like, yeah, it's just something we need to do better, I guess. And so, yeah, what happened? But anyway, yeah, also like, I don't think either of us have spent like this much time with a person. Like, I haven't spent this much time with a guy in like over 3 years. I've been like living by myself, like single life, avoiding men altogether. And like, so it was like just a first of many, and it took some like getting used to, and especially because he was like working from home and I was staying in his home. So like, yeah, there was some tension, and it wasn't like the end of the world, but it did make things awkward for a bit. But I'll talk about the good things. So the good things was, okay, let's see. So I did meet more of his friends, and they were really nice. All of his friends were really nice. His mother was nice, his sister was nice. It made me happy that I got to meet them. Um, and like just see him interacting with like people in his life. I think it's cool, and like, you know, I don't have anything bad to say about his friends or anything like that, and I'm like glad that he introduced me to them. I think that's a huge deal. And he even told me like, because I was like, so do you introduce many women to your mom? And he said no. He's like, the last person was his ex, which he dated for like, I think 5 years or so, and this was like a long time ago. So that made me feel special, and like, I don't know, it's just like, it's hard because I don't, like, he has like a lot of great qualities that I like in a person. He's super reliable, consistent, like mentally stable. um, I'm pretty much an overthinker, and even though like I'm like very chill on the outside, internally I'm thinking about like 20 different things and like panic. And he's kind of like very like, I don't know, calm. Kind of brings me back down to earth, and like he can like sense if something is like upsetting me or like bothering me or something. He like picks up on it, which is like, I don't think something any guy has ever done, or maybe they have, but they've been like not confrontational about it. So it's a bit different, right? And you know, I'm trying to be like more open with what I'm thinking, which is so hard. And like being vulnerable about like feelings. Like he knows that like, you know, I haven't had a job since July, and this is like the first time in my life where I haven't worked, and I never thought I would be without a job for 5 months so far. So it's like kind of weird. Like I feel like almost like a robot in a way. Like I wake up, I feel so isolated when I'm home. I wake up, I apply for jobs, I watch TV maybe, I will look at social media apps, and then I'll go to sleep. And like, I don't know, I used to like be super outgoing, like force myself to like take my bike and like go out. And now I think in wintertime I just want to stay home 24/7. Like it's very like weird for me. And so, you know, he kind of picks up on it, and he's like very like concerned, and like told me like on the, when he was like dropping me off on the last day, like, hey, I want you to be like happy and like really focus on like your happiness. Which like, I never had a guy tell me this, which sucks, like what the fuck. But he's the first guy to tell me something so nice and simple, and just like is very caring with me and my emotions. So yeah, I think I have a really good one. I do miss him. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't want to like put too much pressure that it has to be something, you know, he lives in Rome, I live in Washington, D.C. I don't know when I will see him. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard. I don't want to like control the outcome. I think we're both like, okay, you know, this is a good thing, but like realistically, we we just don't know. Like, I think if it's meant to be, it will happen. And yeah, it's just like kind of out of our control at this point. But it's just, it was nice to be in Rome with him and stay with him and like get to know him. And, you know, like, it was nice to be taken care of for once. Like, he cooked like every day. When I became sick, he like gave me medicine and was just like taking care of me and just like, you know, would make me tea and be like, okay, here's like some extra stuff. Like, it was cold. So he's like, here, you can use my sweater, and like just like very concerned about me and my comfort. So it was very sweet. And just like, you know, we would cook together and like he learned what I sorry, what I like liked in the morning, and like, I don't know, simple stuff, I guess. But yeah, it was just like super affectionate, and he just, he's so sweet. And just like very like protective too. And like, you know, when I would take the train to Florence or like to the airport, he would just like be like, okay, did you make it on the train? Like, oh, did you get through security? And just like, okay, let me know once, like, make sure you eat a meal before you get on the plane. Like, this is so cute. I don't know, I've never had someone care, I guess, to that extreme. And it's super reliable. Like, he would like pick me up from the metro station or from the tram, and just like simple things. He's a really good guy. I'm really happy that I met him, obviously, and I do feel he feels the same way too. But sorry, I'm dying. Who knows? I mean, yeah, I think if it's meant to happen, something will work out. Like, I didn't expect to go back to Rome after just being there in September. But like, I just happened to stumble upon a great deal, and it just fell on my lap, and I did it. So who knows? Maybe I'll get that job that I applied for in Rome. Well, I applied multiple times before I even like visited Rome, but hopefully I get it. That'd be cool. But who knows, right? But yeah, he definitely ticks like a lot of the boxes, and just, I will say, as soon as I got home and he was like living in Rome like he does, you know, I felt like a little bit, I don't know, angry, I guess. And I think because I just didn't know what we are or whatever, then I had to like remind myself, like, you know, it's okay just to like let things play out as they are. You don't have to like try to control the outcome, or like try to like keep tabs on him. Like, there was like one day where even though my Bumble's on snooze, I like unsnoozed it just to like check on my connection with him, and then like I got triggered, and you know, then I lashed out a bit. And so I think at the end of the day, you know, like, I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want to keep tabs I don't want to feel like insecure. There was like another moment where like he didn't communicate for like 20 hours, which like I shouldn't care, but instead I took it personal and I was like, oh, well, I was just like, if you don't want to talk, if you're no longer interested in talking with me, then like, fine. Which is like, I don't know why I said that. I was trying to resist so hard to like write that, and then I just like ended up sending it. I wish there was like an undo on text messages sometimes. And then, I don't know, I just felt like possessive and kind of just like letting little things affect me. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to be this type of person. I want to be like chill me, like relax and like go with the flow. I don't want to be the old version of me, and like I constantly need to remind myself to just like, okay, we're not doing that anymore. Remember, you're a confident queen. He's like literally like you met his whole friends, like his family. Like, why are you trying to self-sabotage this? Like, just he's showing like his actions and his words match, and like I don't know, I felt like I was trying to kind of like find a story when there wasn't a story. So yeah, I realized I still have some work to do, which like isn't surprising. I think it's normal. I'm glad I identified it. It's like really hard sometimes though, like in the moment, to just kind of like refrain from acting a certain way. But at least he's like understanding of it, and like I was vulnerable enough to say like, oh God, like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know like why I'm trying to find a story and trying to like find reasons to just like cut it off to avoid like being hurt or something. So yeah, I think it's important with whoever I date in the future that like they understand where I'm coming from, and that they like we work together on trying to like balance a good, mature, fun kind of exchange. And yeah, I guess I have some like reflecting to do on like what's going on. Like, is it, I almost feel like a part of me doesn't feel like I like deserve it, which is like crazy to me. But like, I think because it's so new and it feels right that it feels wrong. Is this normal? I don't know. But anyway, that is the end of today's discussion for now. Let me know if you can relate. So like, I don't know if this is common that like after leaving a toxic relationship to now be in like a more healthy kind of dating stage, that like you're kind of finding old patterns like try to pop up and almost self-sabotage it in a way. But anyway, thanks for listening. This is very long, and I will chat soon.